This podcast is rated R for restricted. Under 17 requires accompanying parent or adult guardian.
Mission 250.
Welcome to the Mission 250 or should I do that again? Oi! To the Mission 250 Filmcast,
Oi, bruv.
where we are watching all the best movies ever made. I am one of your hosts, Denny, and joining me are...
Oh, you should say Denny Chili Cook-Off Silver Medalist.
Oh, yeah. I didn't want to brag, but now that you pointed out, that's right, folks. I am the proud owner of a $25 Bed Bath & Beyond gift card.
All right.
So,
Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
As we were saying before the podcast, he's finally middle-aged.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm finally winning at something.
I just stole John's joke.
Yeah, that's fine. But not only winning at it, the important part is you're excited about it.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
excelling at it, too.
Yeah.
It sounds
They
like.
like the food that I made.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nothing like
my
breaking
God.
up the monotony of corporate life with
Yeah.
some chili.
So
Yep.
exciting.
Anyway,
TC.
I'm John.
What do we do?
I'm
you guys
Terrence,
introduce yourself?
TC, whatever.
Yeah, I know. We got you off your script.
Yeah. TC, what do we do on this podcast?
We take chili and we cook it all night, and then we bring it into the... No, anyways.
Right, some chili has beans, but some chili doesn't have beans. You don't have to have beans to have
it's
chili.
all
Some
up
people
to-
think you
it's
have to
all
have
up to
chili.
you.
No, you don't.
Yep, it's all up to you. You know?
So what
Yeah,
exactly
you
makes
have
it
beans,
chili if you
no
don't have beans?
What? That's Denny. That's. I'm glad you asked that because you know what?
Is it just a thick tomato soup? Is that all chili
No,
really
you
is?
know what? I'm going to tell you. You ready? You ready? Nobody knows, Denny.
You're not telling me shit. That's not telling me anything.
Listen, no, okay, all right, I'll put it this way. It can be whatever you want it to be, man. That's
right.
I'm telling you.
Anyways, what do we do on this
TC,
podcast?
what do we do? Yeah.
We watch movies.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much.
So we watch the best ones. And this
Damn.
week, we are watching number 136, which is the 1998 movie Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, directed by Guy Ritchie. The synopsis is: a botched card game in London triggers four friends, thugs, weed growers, hard gangsters, loan sharks, and debt collectors to collide with each other in a series of unexpected events, all for the sake of weed, cash, and two antique shotguns.
Wow.
And John.
Which kind of does give the whole movie away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of
pretty
does.
much. Pretty much that's it.
But who lives and who dies? That's really what you're there
Right,
for.
exactly.
Yeah. So, John, it's your turn to go first. What'd you think of this here movie we just watched?
Well, I had to give you some context. So,
Oh, God. He watched it on his phone. He had two kids in his arms.
Right,
Here
exactly.
we go.
I had a stomach flu going through the house that week, and then my daughter had strep throat. So, typical fucking Monday.
We need to change the name of this podcast to what illness does John have this week?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
I wasn't sick, but I was surrounded by the ill and unhappy. Yes.
Wait, so you didn't get sick?
I had.
don't worry, it's coming. It'll be
Sounds
next
like a
week's
good week,
podcast.
John.
It'll be next week's
I-
podcast.
Yeah.
I know, but no, I had got the stomach thing, but I had already gotten through that. But then my daughter threw up at me.
At like a Dilophosaurus?
She heard
Like
you
all over
opening
my-
on the
yeah.
podcast, so she let it go.
That's right. That's a great image. I'm surprised you know the name of the dinosaur too. That's awesome.
Oh, I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan.
Yeah, yep. I'm just picturing my daughter with her ponytail hair coming out. Anyway. I just want to go to work. Let's just go to daycare. No!
Oh, man. That devolved quick.
John's life is falling apart.
But we have
Anyway.
this podcast,
Yeah.
so
So I
Thank God for
just
that.
want to put a little context as I didn't enjoy the movie nearly as much as I wanted to because I think I was miserable.
Shit.
But I like this film. I really like my favorite thing about this film I think is how just all these threads come together. And I don't know if you'd argue that it's kind of rips off Pulp Fiction or something, but certainly Pulp Fiction seems to be a bit of an influence in terms of the way you and that's done. It's been done in lots of different films, I imagine. But I really like how my favorite thing about this film is how all of the different threads just come together and how everything just overlaps. And it's all a bunch of coincidence, but it's just it's great to see it overlap because I didn't remember. I seen it before, but I didn't remember how everything sort of works out. And I was excited to see that again. I was like, yeah, I remember that you just have all these different threads that you're sort of following at first. And you're like, why are we now? Who are these weed people and what role do they play? And then it's like, oh, okay. So that's really my favorite thing about this film is how it all just like unfolds and all these different like you have these different groups of people and it all just plays out really well. So that was fun. Everybody seems to be having fun in the film. It's kind of one of those where you feel like the cast is having a really good time.
Yeah.
So that's really fun too. I like how there's a lot of violence, but it's not shown. I really like that style a lot. So a lot of things are happening off camera or whatever. You're not necessarily going to see the gore and possibly because they couldn't afford it.
It's scarier sometimes because of it.
Yeah, it is. But I really like that style. I mean, there's still some blood and some violent images, but the most violent things that happen, you don't see it happen. You see like the aftermath or it's happening just off camera. So yeah, I thought that was great. I thought Eddie looks a little like TC.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Think?
Now I gotta look it up again.
I thought Eddie reminded me a little of TC anyway. You know, and then you got Sting, Sting in there.
I was gonna say that's my favorite part.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I punched my son Eddie.
That's good. I like that. That works out well.
Yeah. That was my joke for the
That's
podcast.
John's good one,
moment
John.
of the
I
week.
think you could just go
Saving
out on a
that
high
one.
note.
Yeah, I was saving that one all week. But so it was a fun film, and it's a great story to it with Guy Ritchie. In terms of like somebody, just putting it together and not necessarily having a lot of filmmaking experience, and bringing in a lot of unknown actors that then went on to become very well known, and this is like Jason Statham's first role, and he's great in it.
Vinnie Jones, his first role.
Yeah. So this is a really fun film. I really like the style of it. I like I like sort of how it played. It didn't it wasn't even like trying to make out these guys to be good guys or bad guys. They were they weren't necessarily bad. They were willing to scam or whatever. They were involved with some pretty dirty people to be playing cards with them in the first place. But it doesn't really, I like how they figured out the ending. And it sounded like they did a lot of test screenings with this film and cut stuff out based on that.
Oh, wow.
So I guess Claudia Schiffer was one of the characters' girlfriends. So this is Claudia Schiffer at her supermodel prime-ish, I think. Or, so she was pretty well known at the time, but it test screened really poorly. I think there was another girlfriend that also tested poorly, and they just cut those out. And one possible ending was that the guys were all walking off with their money, but then you see the hitman and his boy come following them. And that's how the film ended, and that tested really badly. So they just redid it and ended it the way they did, which I think is really, really well done for the film. It's like not even letting you know. They're not giving everybody what they want, and it's more like, oh God, it's
here we go again. They just can't get out of this. Yeah, right.
Exactly. So it gives you this feeling of this is how their life is, and it's going to keep going this way.
Right.
I like to think that they get the guns though. I
do too. I really do too. I agree.
Yeah. I don't think they get the guns.
No, you think he drops it? You think he tries to answer his phone?
I think he eats shit. Yeah, I think he just eats shit all the way down.
And he just is soaked walking out of the river. His phone's ruined.
And those things are gone. Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. Maybe they would float. No, they wouldn't float. I mean, there's wood, but they're metal, so they'd probably
they'd float for a bit, probably.
Yeah. I love the phone. I love the phone scene where they're trying to call him. Fuck, what's his number? Give me.
Yeah, I know. Right? Calm down, everyone. Calm down. Everyone, calm down.
I'm surprised everyone had cell phones back. This is 1998.
That's true. They had like flip phones, huh?
Yeah, I didn't have a cell phone until like 2003 or 4 or something like that. And I was young.
That's a good point. But yeah, so I don't have a lot more to say other than that. I thought it was really enjoyable. It's a light movie. It doesn't feel heavy, and I like that about it. I think that's great. I just think it's a very entertaining film to watch. So,
Agreed. TC.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's I don't know. It's very stress inducing though to me.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
knowing because I knew kids that did dumb shit like this, like robbing people, and then they get robbed, or the house gets robbed, or the parents' house gets robbed, in fucking Worcester bullshit.
So just like you strike a match to the Tinder and everything goes crazy.
I know kids that have gotten themselves into these situations before where they think they're, gonna get one over on one guy. And then by doing that, someone else comes after them and then they get robbed. And then to get someone back, they have to go get someone else to rob, and it's like, It's just a never-ending domino effect of bullshit that
It's
doesn't
like, hey,
go
that
away.
guy robbed, so we can rob him. No one can call the cops because he's a criminal too. So.
Right. And then once that guy gets robbed, you figure out someone else to rob. Turns out that someone else has someone else that's employing them, and they're fucking pissed. And then you never even think about this shit because they're fucking 17, 18-year-old idiots, and that's what these guys were, even though they were in their 20s. It seemed like just like dumb high school, stupid gangster wannabe bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And it's
That's a really good point there,
stress-inducing.
TC. I mean, it's kind of sad that I'm like so like middle class white and like safe that I see this as light entertainment.
Yeah, right. You're like, oh, that's funny. Look at
like
these
you grew
dummies.
up with some of this where you're like, shit, man.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
know what
fuck. I know this conversation before. This is the worst. You know, and it's like, this sucks. And I'm sitting there just thinking to myself, God, I hate being from Worcester. You know, it's like, Jesus, only in Worcester would you find this bullshit.
Yeah.
Amongst like hardworking blue collar family folk that don't need this kind of shit, right? Like, and in a way, they're kind of like that too, right? They're kind of lowbrow and
And
you know, nobody's
Sting's
broke,
dad-
but they're not
Yeah.
rich, and so everyone's got an angle. So like, Sting's got some weird shit going on. Those other guys got bookies, and you know, it's like a whole, you know, lowbrow, low rent situation.
Everyone's a criminal, pretty much, except for
Everyone's
the
a
taxi
criminal,
cab
but
stands.
they don't do anything for work. So like, it's the only way they make the extra money to have like a decent. I mean, fuck, it's stress inducing. I was watching it, just like having anxiety the whole time.
That's funny.
Plus, I'm
I felt
kinda
no
overall,
stress.
I'm like overall that kind of like gangster idea, like the idea that that's
Yeah.
even cool, you know. So it's like,
Right.
it's hard to, it was not hard to watch. It was just like, there would be moments where I was just like, fuck, I've been in this situation before. This is the worst. I don't want to fucking watch
Holy
this.
cow.
Yeah. And not because I was involved. Like, it's like when your friend gets in dumb shit. Like it just comes around you. You don't really have a choice anymore, right? Like, hey, this happened. You know,
and
he
then,
showed,
and then you just uncover something.
right.
I mean, and it even seems like
It's like you're the person on the couch that has to like shoot people with a machine
Right.
gun.
Or like in my instance, like we just had a house. So like kids always came to our house. So like when something stupid happened and someone came to the house, then all of a sudden the house is involved.
oh god,
You know,
yeah.
right? It's like, dude. But yeah, I mean, other than that, there were like a lot of good scenes, a lot of good montages, good music.
Yeah.
It was shot
Stooges.
really well. They had a lot of like reveal shots where they would basically like, you'd see someone come in on like the right third of the screen and then you wouldn't know who it is for a second. And then it would pan right and reveal, or similar, like up and down. And they did a lot of that stuff in there. And I thought it was cool because it keeps you guessing who's coming in next. And there were just so many goddamn dumb characters that coming out of the woodwork left and right.
yeah.
There's so many of them.
so
It's
easily
ridiculous.
identifiable, though, right?
Yeah,
It's so
of
easy to
course.
follow characters in this movie.
Oh, definitely. Because they're all so ugly.
yeah.
You know?
In different
I mean,
ways.
yeah, they're all just such that ugly, like, you know, British kind of just hard look with the bad teeth and
yeah.
you know, it's just, I mean, it's low rent Brit. You know, it's good
All right,
stuff.
you got Schmiegel over here. You got King Hippo over there.
yeah, right. And that guy's 7 feet tall, 400 pounds.
You got the
And,
pretty
you know,
boy.
it's like-
You got Jason Statham. He's easy to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's easy to spot. I mean, that whole group of hooligans is so dumb that, you know, it's
You got
I
the
don't know,
guy
it-
who looks like he's made out of a rock, who's the Vinnie
Right.
Jones guy.
Yeah.
right. I mean, it's a funny movie to watch. It's some stupidity on screen, and then, you know, it's a good one. I liked it. Thank God we're off in 1948.
You spoke
Yeah.
too soon, TC.
Ooh,
Too
even we'll be
soon.
back though.
We're
I know
going
we'll be
back
and
next
they pull
week.
me back in.
Awesome.
All right, Danny, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. This movie is extremely entertaining. I luckily didn't feel any stress. I did feel like I would compare it a little bit to something like The Clockwork Orange, where some of the violence is like really scary, and it's scary because the people performing the violence are having such a good time doing it, and that
Right.
type of thing is like the
Also,
scariest thing. I think
dildo killing, which also
Yeah.
is a more direct Clockwork Orange
that was just straight
comparison.
up funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the a couple of scenes, like the scene where they kind of invade the weed house, was not even that. I mean, when he was shooting with a BB gun and he's like hitting him with the BBs,
They're like,
that was
"Ow,
funny. He's like,
man."
"Oh, shot!"
Yeah.
Well, shoot him back then. But like once they still like start shooting the guy in the foot, and once they get in, it gets like
yeah,
scary.
that gets tense.
Yeah. And there's also the scene where they have like they're playing golf like in the guy's mouth, and they have the other guy like hanging upside down naked pretty much, and just like hitting
Oh,
golf
right.
balls.
Yeah.
That scene is also pretty scary. And then
Yeah.
there's no humor in those things, and they're just like,
No.
yeah, I can only think of a couple movies like RoboCop, the first one. You guys ever seen that?
Yep.
Yeah,
I
like-
believe so.
It's pretty like the violence in the beginning is pretty frightening because like the bad guys are
Yeah.
having a good time shooting people and stuff. and A Clockwork Orange, and then this one. Like it's
Yep.
there's not very many movies where it like portrays that, and that's kind of, I don't know, brave isn't the word, but it's rare and it's very effective at the very least.
It is effective in the light of, like, especially the overall tone of this film feels kind of lighthearted,
Yeah,
which is weird.
it lets you jump out of that seriousness really quickly somehow.
Yeah.
Because of the good transitions, like that scary scene where they're, abducting the weed people. It's that ends with an awesome shot, like the slow motion shot of that girl shooting the machine gun.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And
Yeah.
it does it's like super slow motion, but then like the frame pauses in between bullet shots.
I'm just like, why aren't you
Awesome.
pointing down? Why are you pointing up? Point down. They're all on the ground. What are
She's
you
short.
doing?
She's short.
Yeah. I think she's the only girl in the entire film.
Is she?
No, the card referee.
Oh, right.
yeah,
The dealer. You had the dealer.
Who
too,
else?
Yeah.
There's got to be more than two.
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's got a
either.
good point.
Let's look down the cast list. Dude.
Dude.
Yeah, this is a pretty
Dude.
heavily dude movie. Do you guys think this movie would be as good if everyone didn't have like the heavy? Can you imagine everyone having American accents? Would this movie even be good? I don't know.
No.
Part of it's the way it sounds.
But part of it is, I mean, yeah, it's the way it sounds, but that's like the it gives it an authentic feel. Just like you really feel like you're in this. I mean, you could set this in Worcester.
You absolutely could. That's true.
Right.
If this was Southie, actually would be pretty funny.
Oh, they should do a Ben Affleck remake.
No. We got to keep Affleck out of it.
He can direct. How about he directs?
Yeah. He can. He can be assistant director.
Yeah.
How's that?
That's nice. Throw him a bone.
Yeah, throw him a bone, right? You did Good Will Hunting. We understand. It's cool.
Yeah.
You
You
did Gone Baby Gone. That was pretty good.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only remember Good Will Hunting, so I don't know.
Well, he didn't direct that one, right?
I don't care. He's in it. That's all I meant. Retainer.
Susie Ratner was Gloria. I don't know who that is. And yeah, there's only two women in this entire movie.
I mean,
With a
Gloria
huge cast.
was, which one was Gloria? Gloria was the
been the girl on
one
the
who shot
couch.
the machine gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tanya was Vera Day, and that's the only other woman, and she was the
Yep.
car dealer, I assume.
Yep.
But yeah, two women and like 35 guys. Well, that doesn't pass the Bechdel test.
Nope.
But they had like girlfriends. They just got cut out.
Yep.
They didn't screen well.
They didn't screen well. Well, we need more of these dumbasses on screen. None of the women on here. We don't need women. They're too smart. We need these dummies on screen at all times.
Yeah. These guys played dumb pretty good. Like the scene where they're trying to go to the bar and there's a guy that's on fire just coming out of the bar.
I love that. And they don't even think
that-
twice. They don't even think
That
twice.
was
They just-
awesome, man.
That
I
was so
love
good.
that was a brilliant bit because you see it and you're like, and as an audience member, you're like, oh, there's a guy on fire.
Like, is that a
Wonder what
throwaway
that's
joke?
about.
It's the same reaction they're giving.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Like-
and then you move on with your life, and then you see the backstory behind it, right?
Yeah.
Which is it's just brilliant. Like then they're like, oh yeah, the guy
right.
on fire.
He spit on him and then ran out.
From before.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah. How could I have forgot about the guy on fire? Like he didn't matter.
And I love Jason Statham's face. He's just like, huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then
Time
he
to go
moves
get
right
a
along.
tiki drink.
Yeah, and let's go
Yeah.
in here now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why would you? Yeah.
Well, they can't be setting everybody on fire in there, right?
Yeah, right. And they got beer still, I think.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
fuck it.
Well, they got some room in there now. I
right.
guess. It's like,
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff like that. I thought Sting was like the worst actor in this. He was distracting.
Oh, he's not. He's not an actor. That's
Yeah.
he
for
was
sure.
just really
Yeah.
flat. He didn't really do much other than he
And
was
his
just
character
flat.
confused me. Did he hate his son? He like put his son up to danger like multiple times throughout the movie.
It seemed like he didn't. It seemed like he kind of thought he was an idiot.
But he let
Yeah,
him drink
he
in his
just-
bar
But
all the
it's
time.
still his
Yeah.
son.
Yeah,
But he like called Chris. I'll call him Bullet Tooth Tony because that's you know who I'm talking about,
okay.
the
Yeah.
hitman with the little kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
He like
Right.
directed him to his son. That guy's a murderer.
Well, I thought the way I took that was that he was actually telling the guy to return the fucking bag and do whatever you have to do. Just be like, I thought it was a power move on Sting's part toward like, you're not going to fuck with my son. Return his shit. That's what I
Oh,
thought
really?
that was. Yeah.
Ew.
And then being like, don't care about the money. Keep the fucking money. I thought that was set up by Sting because of.
But he does
Oh.
keep the money.
No. Like that's what I meant. Like, you keep the money. Don't give it back to him. Give him back the bag.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, give him back his shit that you took from him. But like,
Right.
the money's not his. I thought that's how I took that was that
Okay.
Sting was the powerful one, really, had his own shit going on that nobody knew about.
That makes sense.
And then that's why the
interesting,
kid's such a fucking entitled brat in all these situations is getting him into so much trouble. You know? And like the fact that the kid didn't get in trouble, I thought the dad got him out of trouble as well. Like everyone's on the take. I don't know.
But he could have like sold his bar to bail them out.
I feel like the bar's the front. That's just
For-
the front. That's like the laundering business that they're
Oh,
washing
really?
Do you
the
think his
money.
dad is a
for.
criminal
That's
too?
interesting.
I think his dad is like a kingpin criminal, right?
Oh.
Otherwise,
Oh,
why would
wow.
you let that kid into the card game? Who is he? He'd have to know someone in order to get into that card game.
All you needed was $100,000. That's how he got in,
And
right?
okay, and what kind of kid has $100,000?
Doesn't matter. He has it in cash.
Yeah, I don't know. And they know who he is. It's the fucking Wales. Everyone knows everybody. Because the
True.
way that Sting looked at him when he pointed at him, he was just like right over there. Just go. Yep, he's over there.
Yeah, wow.
Like he knew the whole time. I don't know. That's how I took it. It could be wrong.
I mean, that fits. That would fit. Because his character was kind of confusing to me. I was like, what? Yeah. So
And no one ever came after Sting. Not once.
That's true. Well, there
They-
was that
they
they were
threatened,
going to get
didn't
his. Somehow they were going to take the bar.
yeah.
Like they were going to.
Right, but I think that's why he looked and was just like, you tell him to go fuck himself. Have a good one.
Yeah.
He wasn't even scared. He's like, you're not taking my bar. Come on. Do you know who I am? You're not taking my bar. I'm
Yeah.
Sting.
I could have used
I'm
that line.
Sting.
Do you know who I am?
I'm in fields of
I'm
fucking
Sting.
gold over here. I'm in
I'm
fields
Sting,
of gold, dude. I'm Sting. Come on. Yeah,
I'm
you ever heard of a little
watching
band
you.
called The Police? Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Fuck taking my bar. No, I don't know. I mean, that's just how I took it. It could be completely wrong.
Yeah,
No,
interesting.
I like that take.
I like that take better. I mean, I somehow I thought the take was more like Sting was he'd made good of himself and worked really hard and bought the bar and everything, and he wasn't going to risk it for anything at this point. Like,
Do you think that Guy Ritchie was sitting there like, no, Sting, you're not supposed to look smug, and Sting's like, no, cool, I got it. Like, no, you're still doing it, dude. No, I got it. It's cool. I'll do it this time. I'll do it this time. No, so, all right, fuck it, just go. Yep,
Wait,
yeah.
Wait, no,
Yeah.
look, what are you doing? I'm Sting.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Go on there.
Yeah, no,
right.
I'm sorry, son. You're right, Gordon. I apologize. Yep, go ahead. Be smug. No, you're right. We'll fit it. We'll edit it in.
It's
cool.
good. His wife was producing the film too, I believe, or she's
Oh,
the one
really?
that like found the script.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
So he was, grandfathered into the role, kind of.
So
Yeah.
he's part of the reason why like Statham has a gig?
Yeah.
Or you think Statham would have always had a gig eventually?
Well, it was Guy
Oh.
Ritchie. Well, so it was, Sting helped Guy Ritchie make this movie, and Guy Ritchie was the guy who knew Jason Statham and put him in this.
So Jesus Christ, Sting is
Wow.
at fault for like all these fucking
For the Meg in freaking
Statham.
Crank 3.
Hey, Crank. Well, the first Crank
Exactly.
was fun.
Dude, actually, I think there's only two
I like
Cranks.
Statham. Isn't there like Crank Reloaded, whatever?
There's Crank 2, which was
Yeah.
awesome. They were both awesome.
I mean, he's a beast.
I like him.
dude,
he's
the
a beast.
Transporter
He's good.
movies are pretty fun.
yeah, I like
he's fun.
those. I
Yeah.
like those. Yeah.
You guys ever been to a drug deal with a large cage in front of the house? Is that a thing?
It makes sense, don't you think?
No.
No, because as you
No?
saw in the movie, if you wanted to rob
you
it,
just
you would
shoot
just
it through
fucking
the
have a
gauge.
hostage. Yeah.
All right. So I guess what you need is like a bulletproof kind of glass with little holes in it and a little slot, kind of like the Hannibal Lecter thing, where you're gonna like
Or just like a
slide
liquor
the
store
money
in
in and
New
out.
York,
Yeah.
right?
Right, where you just got a little slot up front.
Yeah,
Like, that's
and
the
that
to
way,
do
even
it.
if
Yeah.
someone puts a shotgun in it, you could just like grab the shotgun and push it to the side, and you're like, all
Fair
right,
enough.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because that won't hurt when they shoot it.
Right.
well, it's better than getting shot.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. The cage, you're right. That's not the best move.
I guess
Especially if
not.
you're gonna go open the door.
Yeah,
Like that's
Well,
why I
yeah.
didn't understand the whole thing. It's like, why would you even open the door? At least have a fucking peephole.
get a camera.
Like,
you're rich.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
anything.
Well,
Do
cameras
something.
might have been harder back then.
No,
They had
1990s.
fucking $100,000 up there.
Yeah,
Easy,
that's
right?
so much
Like,
money.
True.
They could have got FBI level cameras with their shit.
Yeah, spend $200. You would have been fine for the one camera you need, and then run the cable up to the fucking room. It's like, yeah, but this is what dummies do when they're doing stupid shit like this. They
But that
don't
one
think anyone's
guy,
gonna
the
come for
weed
them.
guy, didn't seem too dumb. The guy who survived, like the ringleader there,
Yeah.
he seemed kind
Yeah.
of on top of his shit.
Right.
Maybe just comparatively, he seemed smart, but he was still stupid. I don't know.
I mean, but it's just, I don't know. Like, I had a friend who had a safe that was drilled into the wall. The people just came and ripped it out the wall. Like, they just took the whole safe. Like, it wasn't, like, that's not, like, it didn't matter if
We'll
you put
figure
it in
out how
the
to open
safe.
this
Like,
later. Just
yeah,
grab
we'll
it.
get this fucking thing open. Just rip it out of the wall. Like, and no problem. And that was it. See you later. You know? It's the thing that you just don't think it through when you're a criminal because you're a fucking criminal.
Yeah.
They don't have logical skills like the rest of us do that have to work in corporate all the time and have to figure out how to keep our jobs by being nice and smart.
Yeah. Sucks, doesn't it? God,
It's
I
a
wish I
pain
could
in
just
the
steal all
ass.
my money.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
I know. I mean, they did have that one scene where they were super happy, having a great time that one night.
Oh, the drunk
Yep.
scene?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That was
Having
another
a
one where
blast.
they, in their screenings, that was people's favorite scene, and so they extended it. They like went back and made it longer.
Weird, because you think that would be hard with getting the actors back and refilming it in the same
Well,
way. It
they
looks
might have actually. That just might have been. Maybe they had additional footage and they just put it back in. So maybe
Right.
that was just the
Yeah,
edits or something.
Yeah. They just added in some edits.
Yeah. Man, they can drink a lot, those people.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. I think I would die, literally die if I drank as
Oh
much
yeah,
as those guys.
I would be asleep after like 3 of those.
I mean, the way I just drink like light beer now. Are you kidding me? Anytime I have liquor even a little bit, I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
They're pouring it in their mouth upside down and shit. I was like, no.
Their heads are on
I
fire.
would just be like, glug, glug, glug.
It would be throwing up everywhere. No, thank you.
Yeah, hard alcohol gives me like a boost of energy for 5 minutes after I drink it, and then it's
And then-
straight down.
Good night.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, I'm going to fall asleep unless I have another one, and then it lasts 3 minutes, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, boy.
It's back
I'm
down.
having so much fun. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's why they always say you do it. You know, drinking booze in your 20s, you doing blow in your 30s, and you're eating in your 40s. I think that was a
There you
Stephen Coogan joke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sounds very specific to Steve Coogan.
No, but it's like it's not. It's pretty specific to a few people actually.
Well,
But,
yeah.
I mean, it's because once you get old, you still want to go out. You're not
Are
making
you saying
it.
you're going to get fat when you're 42 years old, TC?
I'm already getting fat, baby. I'm already getting fat. I got the dad bod, no kids on the way.
Awesome.
Dad bod, no kids.
Hey,
That's
wanna
what you
go
put
out
on your
a
Tinder
date?
profile?
Yeah, you want to go out on a
Yeah.
date? I got the dad
Yeah.
bod, no kids.
You want to get that dad feeling without
Yeah.
that extra commitment?
Hey,
I'm
you
right
ever-
here for you.
You ever rub a belly but not have to put a kid to bed after?
Oh, God.
Oh man. Anyway,
So the card game, were you guys confused about what the hell happened in the card
Yeah.
game?
Oh, yeah. It may as well have been
Little
whack
bit.
bat. It was like, yeah.
Whack
It's
that.
like you can see the three, but you don't see the ante. What you got? But it just sort of like glossed over me when she was.
I looked up the
explaining
rules too, because
right? What were they?
I mean, it's kind of similar to poker. But the two things I was
But you-
what
curious
were they
about,
playing? I don't even know what they were playing.
3-card brag.
But you can pay
Oh.
to see the other person's hand.
So here's
what
the
is that,
thing. I
too?
looked this up. This is a rules page that I found. Although covering the pot may seem to work unfairly, and so covering the pot is when you're out of money and other people are still betting, then you can cover the money that's in there with your hand, and you're still in, but you can't bet anymore, and you can only win that pot. So it's kind of the same thing as regular poker. But it says, however, I have received information from brag players. It is quite usual to play the harsher rule that a player who does not have enough money to bet the full amount required must either fold or borrow money from another player or bystander to make the bet. For this purpose,
Jesus.
the player is allowed to show his cards to a player who has already dropped out, who might be prepared to back him financially. Sometimes there is an agreement that whoever in the game has the most money will lend some to the player who is short to allow that player to continue to bet.
Interesting.
Which is fucked up because you could go to a game where everyone has $100,000. You could have $2 million in theory and then just bet $2 million. And people are like, well, I don't want to owe you like $1.9 million. So I guess you win the hand. You could just keep doing that
Yeah.
in theory, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
people
don't know, man.
probably
It doesn't
stop-
sound like a game I'd want to play.
That's the only safe part about playing poker is like you bring the money, you have it. Like he would have been fucked if he lost it. But the fact that, I mean, did they not think about this? That he can go into debt playing it and that might happen?
No, probably not.
Yeah, would've
He
been a
probably
good
always
thought.
wins.
Would have been. Yeah. Apparently,
He probably
he's really
always
good.
wins against people that are actually playing.
You're going against Hatchet Henry, the porn king. Oh, he's not going to cheat.
No, he's not going to cheat at all.
Oh, it
What
was
do you mean?
all, it
He's
was
a
all
good
Eddie's
guy.
fault, man. Eddie lifted his cards too high. He's a bad fucking poker player. He's good
Oh,
at
there you
reading,
go.
bad poker player.
He deserved to get punched by his daddy.
Yeah, you tell
Sing
him.
it, John. Sing it.
That's right.
Sing it. I want you to sing it. again.
No, only one performance
Okay.
this evening. I'm
That's
sorry.
fine. You got to rest those pipes for next time. I got it. Okay.
That's right.
But also, so knowing that, even though, so the way this works in this, knowing the rules, he has a pretty bad hand. He has like 2 6s, right? Pocket 6s out of 3 cards. That's not a very good hand in all the rules. Like the rules pretty much play
Okay.
like poker. Like if you have 3 cards, that's the best hand you can get. Like a running flush is this, or a running, what is it? Whatever the rules of poker are, the same
Like a
rules.
straight flush, sort of,
Yeah.
but just with 3
With
cards.
3 cards, right. So 2 of a kind is not great. 2 of a kind with 6s I have to imagine, is below probably mediocre hand.
No, he was bluffing. He
Right,
was
but
bluffing.
he was bluffing, but he still only called. Like when you're bluffing, you only use, like I play a lot of poker and I did a lot in
Okay.
college. You only bluff when you have
and
muscle
You make chili.
and I make chili. I'm good at both.
He's very,
I'm
yeah,
fucking great at chili and
well-rounded.
poker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Anyway,
well-rounded.
sorry. Carry on.
Sorry, I'm taken. Naomi's got all the $10 poker games and second place chili she wants. But so he has a bad hand and he's not an idiot, right? I mean, the guy is betting a shit ton of money. A shit
Well,
ton.
right.
You should
I
go
was
fight.
thinking the same thing. Like, why isn't he realizing that this guy's over betting right now and like not thinking
Right,
that through?
right.
Like, obviously he
Right,
knows
why
something.
not back out? Right.
Yeah.
And if he's such a good card reader, like they have the shot where they see the other
Then he
guy's
should
eyes
know.
dilate.
He should know that he knows.
Right. He should know that he
Right.
knows. He should know that he's bluffing or something. Like the whole thing doesn't really make that much
150
sense.
on the 100. Come on, that made no sense. Like, why is he doing that? 150,000 on the 100, right?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. I was doing this. I was saying the same thing to him. Like, why would you believe that he's playing fairly right now? He's crushing you.
Yeah, fairly or also is bluffing.
Well, right.
You know, like there's
Right.
and like so by calling that bet, by owing the $500,000, he's assuming that his below medium hand is better than whatever Hatchet Henry or what Hatchet Harry
Who
has.
is excitedly betting? Yeah,
Like
That's
crazy.
All,
Yeah.
all good. Good
Yeah,
points.
crazy,
good
man.
points.
So
Crazy.
that whole
Yeah.
scene is very confusing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
even
I'm
like-
with you. I think we're both with you
Okay,
on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't matter really though. It leads to that cool ass "I Want to Be Your Dog" song montage with a weird, what was it, like it looked like a steady cam strapped to the dude's
Yeah,
chest.
yeah.
Oh,
Right.
right. Like the,
Yeah, that was good.
yeah. Like the, what's his Smashing Pumpkins
A
video?
very, very, very good. Yeah, but a very good like sequence there of I'm so screwed.
Yeah.
and I'm
yeah.
just gonna walk
and
out
it's
of
like,
here.
whoa, man, I'm fucked.
Whoa,
right?
and then just
Like,
barfing, and you're like, oh, he's
yeah,
fucked.
like, oh, Jesus, I'm
Yeah.
so fucked, right?
And then the guy is like, what does he say? I'm gonna take one of your fingers.
Fingers. Oh,
Yeah.
God,
Every
the
day.
mental picture. The mental picture.
Yeah.
Woo.
One of their thoughts wasn't run. Fucking run.
Yeah,
Fair
like
enough.
immediately, like run away.
Yeah.
right?
Go to
Isn't
some
that
other town.
But where are they gonna go? They got no money, nowhere to go. I mean,
Well, dude, they had $500,000 is an impossible amount of money to get in. What
Yeah.
was it, a week?
fuck, dude, are you kidding me? I couldn't even get 600 if I tried.
Yeah. So like, what do you?
$500,000.
Yeah, and they're trying to like plan it out. They shouldn't be planning out how to get $500,000. They should be planning on how to all leave at the
How to
exact same
leave.
time. So
Yeah.
like one
With
person
their
doesn't get caught.
families.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad, I'm going. I'm not going. Dad, if you don't go, you're gonna die. Okay, fine, I'll go.
Ah, fuck
All right,
'em.
bye.
All right, see you later, son. I'll never
Yeah.
see you again. Goodbye. Thanks for
Yeah.
this.
So one of the guys died shortly after the making of the film. That's who it was dedicated to.
Lenny McLean.
Yeah. He was the hitman for the Hatchet guy, right? Or the Hatchet's guy number one.
He was
Hatchet
King
number
Hippo.
one guy. Yeah.
You know King
Yeah.
Hippo? You get that reference?
Mm-mm.
No.
You guys ever play Punch Out for the NES?
No.
Yeah, but don't
Look up
remember.
King Hippo.
Okay.
King up.
That was why he had his nickname, huh?
Anything? Resemblance?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
okay.
big. He's big. I remember
boy.
this guy.
He's fat. He's got
Yeah.
his belly button taped up. Good stuff.
He's got
That is good stuff.
two bottom teeth that stick up out of his lip.
Yeah. He goes,
He's got a
"Bark, bark."
band-aid. Oh, wait. He's the one that has the band-aid on the belly button.
You got to punch him in the
belly
band-aid,
button.
and his pants fall down, and you punch him over and over again. He keeps pulling his
Yeah.
pants up.
Poor guy. I mean, what did he have there? Like, did he have like what?
He
did
was
have,
so
like,
fat that his belly
did he
button
have-
broke, and that his fat was pouring out, so he had to patch it up.
Oh, Jesus.
jeez.
So you're,
Only in a
like
video
punching
game.
punching the dude in his hernia, kind of.
Right.
His front butthole. It's
Jeez.
actually a colostomy bag puncture wound.
Oh man, poor King Hippo.
Poor
he
King
really shouldn't be
Hippo.
boxing in that condition.
Well, it's
Yeah,
all
right.
he knows, man. It's all he knows. He couldn't help it. He has a medical condition, but that wasn't there, before, and this is all he can do. All he wanted to do was have one last fight, get something for the kids, leave him with something after he's gone.
You guys have been to a lot of bars, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
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 Sure.
Oh,
Like,
Have you ever been to you ever go to a bar and just go, give me a cocktail?
Nope.
right. Yeah.
Never.
Unspecified.
Not once, right? Not
Right.
once
Not
ever.
once.
That's a-
Not once.
No, or didn't he say, no, I didn't ask for a cocktail. I asked for a refreshing drink.
No, he said ask for a cocktail, didn't he?
I forget how he said it.
I don't remember.
But
It's a
regardless-
cocktail. You asked for a cocktail. You're right. No, I asked you to
Yeah.
give me a refreshing drink. I wasn't expecting a
Right.
fucking rainforest. You can fall in love with an orangutan in that.
Yes.
You want a pint? You go to the pub. I thought this was a
Who goes to a
pub.
bar and said, "Give me an unspecified drink."
Yeah. Give me a refreshing drink.
Yeah.
Even at bars, I'm like, hey, give me an IPA. And they're like, I have 8 IPAs. Which one do you want? I'm like, God
Exactly.
damn it.
I hate
I
that's there's nothing worse than that because I do that a lot too. I'm
Yeah.
like,
So give me
the
an
lager.
IPA? Yeah, we
They're
got
like,
10.
which one?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, kick
Give me-
one.
I like. Give me the local one. Which
Don't give me the
one?
juicy one. I hate juicy IPAs. Thank you.
Yeah.
I like
just say pick
citrusy one.
Oh, you freak.
what one's
You're the reason juicy
Yeah.
IPAs exist.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you mean by
Ugh.
juicy?
Well,
Yeah, I
sometimes,
hate
they're,
those.
sometimes they're citrusy. They suck.
Oh, they're gross.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
they're
man,
gross.
they're good.
It's like drinking
Sculpins?
fucking orange juice or some shit.
Have you
No
ever had like
good.
who is it that makes the sculpins that are good? There's a grapefruit sculpin. It's really good.
Yeah, I've had that one. I can have 2 of those.
It's the one with
maybe.
the fish
I
on
like
it. It's got a fish.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty pink rainbow
The
fish.
delicious IPA from Stone is pretty good.
yeah.
That is pretty
And
good.
no, ladies and gentlemen, we are not getting any sponsorship from any of these people.
Yeah.
However,
Stone IPA.
if you would like
Yeah.
to help us out with a couple of beers,
Also, a fan of Lagunitas. I know they sponsor podcasts every once in a while. They
hey,
do the.
those are
really?
great beers. That and Firestone. Firestone is really good. We need to get the 805 on here. Fucking Firestone. Help me out.
Anchor
you know?
Steam. Come on, let's get some local things
Dude,
going.
whatever. Anyway,
What's a popular local one near you, John?
we got Surly. Surly Brewing is great.
Surly. That sounds like a
Oh,
Midwest
yeah.
beer. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're great. They've got and they kind of have like sort of Nordic themes to their beer names, you know, so Viking-ish.
okay.
No, they're great beer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looks like they got
So
food
send us
too.
some shit.
They got some good looking
Oh, yeah?
burgers.
Oh.
Oh, all right. Surely it is if I ever come out that way.
Yeah. Hey, it's good stuff.
Did you guys turn on the subtitles at all during this movie?
No, I didn't.
I had one the whole way through.
Really?
Yep.
There were
I
a few
didn't need
lines
them.
where I was like, I don't know what he just said, but it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't really matter. That's the thing.
He says something like he says the title of the movie almost. He says like lock, stock, a fucking rock or something like
Oh,
that.
geez.
King Hippo says it.
All right.
Poor
Yeah,
King.
I don't know. Doesn't ring a bell. I was curious of what it was. I thought that Afro dude got killed when he got shot with a shotgun in the hair.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
I thought like they
I
skinned
mean-
the top of his head off with the bullets or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was like messed up, so something bad happened,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you don't get like grazed in the brain and live after that. But he was apparently he was all right.
I think he was just in
maybe-
shock because it came so close to killing him. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that seems to be the case. Yeah.
But that shot was confusing, and then he was just wandering around in circles
But
outside.
they were damn funny. That
Yeah.
those two were pretty damn funny.
So, did they sell? Were those guns in a cabinet? I guess the ones they sold, the valuable ones, were they in the cabinet, and they just thought they weren't valuable because they were so old or something, or were they not in the cabinet?
They were not in the cabinet.
They weren't
and
in the cabinet.
They
They were
sold
somewhere
them
else, right?
because they weren't in the cabinet. That's why
Gotcha.
they got rid of them.
Because these
So-
dumbasses think that they don't have to, that it's, it's not specific. It's a loophole.
They just took them literally. So
Yeah, literally,
yeah,
yeah.
they're like, we want everything in the cabinet. Okay, here's everything in the cabinet. Anything else outside of the cabinet, we're going to sell.
Well, that
So
makes.
that-
I'm on their side on
Kicked
that
all
one.
that up,
Really?
yeah.
He said, "Give
That's
me the
fair
guns in the
enough, yeah.
cabinet." That's what they did. That was
Right.
their job. Fuck off for the rest of it. You know?
Right.
Yeah, you can't tell that guy that though.
Well, right. That's why it's kind of shitty of him, but he is a shitty
Oh,
guy.
he's a
so
criminal.
yeah.
Right.
What are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
Which is why if they were any smarter, they would have been like, maybe we shouldn't sell these yet. Let's bring these over to him first and see what else goes on, and then we'll fucking sell them after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love those scenes. That the scenes with the black guy, like who's running the weed organization, was great. Like where Nick
Yeah.
the Greek is there, and you want to sell my weed back to me after they stole it. But the scene where he drops the drink on the table and it breaks, that was unscripted and actually happened. It was not meant to happen.
That's hard to. I read that too. That's hard to believe because that guy
it looked
drops it.
kind of like it was staged.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I would have because I was thinking about that too. Like if that were to happen while you're filming, I would have it'd have been really hard not to bust out laughing.
Yeah, the guy
to
kept
be like-
total character too.
Yeah. So
I thought it was kind of lame. One of the lamest jokes in the entire movie is when they revisit that joke and he does it
Right,
again, but
and-
there's no glass there.
Oh, I thought that was funny.
Really?
I liked
Okay.
it.
I thought it was kind of stupid.
Oh, I thought it was funny when the drink dropped through the table
He did it again.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. That's what I
Yeah.
was. Oh, because I see.
because there's no glass. there
Now
anymore.
I get. I see it. I see it.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
it broke.
Took a second for me. I'm
Yeah,
a little
it's okay.
slow on the uptake here.
That's all right. That's why we tell you not to break things, TC, because when you break them, they don't come back.
Hey, learn something new every day.
That's right.
That is true. Sometimes. When they steal the van and they find there's a traffic cop in the back, and that pause before they're like, I hate fucking traffic cops. And they go in the back and start beating the shit out of them.
Fucking great.
It was I guess it was good, but that's where they actually are doing something pretty nasty and
But the
evil.
But it's done
realization of it
comically.
is so good. Yeah. Right.
It's not
'Cause who
one
likes
of the
a traffic
serious
cop?
violent parts.
I know, but they are beating a poor guy who did nothing to them.
Yeah, but can't you agree? Fuck traffic cops. They're the worst.
I mean, they are.
Yeah.
I don't want to beat them though.
Well, yeah, but it's a movie.
No, but we're not dumb criminals. That's the
I know
difference.
that's true.
I wish Snatch was closer to this movie because I would like to back them because there are so many parallels.
Well, we are going to see that one soon, right?
Yeah. It's like really high up. Snatch is
Oh,
really
is
high
it?
up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's fine.
sick.
Actually,
Great
in
one.
some ways, that'll be good to have a break. Snatch is Guy Ritchie, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that Brad Pitt cocaine
Cocaine.
stuff?
No cocaine.
Or no?
Isn't what's his name in it too?
103. It's got Bullet Tooth Tony, who is Chris in this movie. It's got
okay.
the guy who plays Sting's bartender guy, who's also the narrator.
Oh, okay.
You know him?
No.
He's the guy who
Bartender, yeah.
narrates. He's like, oh, these. I can't do an accent, but he's the guy with the grease back hair. He plays
Okay.
Bricktop.
Well, we will get to him.
And then Statham's in there, right? Or no? Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, he's
Statham's in there. And Brad Pitt was in it because he liked this one so much. And this movie got
Gotcha.
distributed in the United States because Tom Cruise liked it so much.
Wow.
And Guy Ritchie got with Madonna because she liked it so much and she wanted to distribute the soundtrack in America. So they had Guy Ritchie and Matthew Vaughn, who is a producer, over to the United States a bunch of times to talk, and they hooked up, I guess, for a while.
I thought.
Interesting.
Didn't they get married?
They
got
might.
married.
I didn't want to say that, but I think they might have gotten married.
Yeah.
I'm not
I don't
sure.
know if they're still married.
Los Angeles.
Yeah. Madonna. Imagine if Madonna is hitting on you. That's got to be fucking weird.
Maybe all right.
Weird?
Yeah, weird.
Be
It's
all
fucking
over
Madonna.
that shit. Hey, what's going on? Hi, yeah, I'm Terrence. No, yeah, I have no money. But,
Hey, I
you
made
know,
one movie and it was pretty
whatever
good.
this is doing is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be
I
fantastic.
think they're still married. I think.
Isn't she
really?
speaking a British accent now?
Oh no.
Divorced.
Prickly
She does.
split as of 2008.
Do you guys see what he's doing now?
Who?
Guy Ritchie?
Guy Ritchie?
No, what is
No.
he doing now?
He's doing the Aladdin remake for Disney.
No.
Yes.
Is it a live action?
It's
one?
got Will Smith in it as the genie.
Interesting.
Live action remake?
Yeah. He said it was
Wow.
going to be a mix of something in the movie Hitch, his character in the movie Hitch.
Interesting.
Sounds fucking horrible.
That sounds interesting.
He did the first Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah,
That was pretty good.
I like those movies. Those are fun.
Yeah.
I just thought they were entertaining.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E. was pretty good too.
Oh, really? I never saw that.
Yeah. I watched that on a plane, so take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
So what's up with his other one though? Tough Guys.
Tough guys.
Yeah.
Let's click that. What's going on there, huh?
Guy Ritchie's return to British gangster
Ooh,
film.
McConaughey, Colin Farrell, Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
Hello.
Holy cow.
There you go.
Is that-
Shooters, geezers, drugs, you know.
The storyline is a very British drug lord tries to sell off his highly profitable empire to a dynasty of Oklahoma billionaires. That sounds like it could
That's
be
gonna
great.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Why have we not heard about this?
It's in
It was
pre-production.
recently.
Pre-production?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Recently out
Oh.
on in the trades,
Sweet.
as they
Sweet.
call them, the trades.
The trades.
Hugh Grant. Man. Oh man, this looks like fun.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you might be doing a special.
Dude, he's going. If he
Hey,
goes back and
why
forth
not?
between huge budget things, like he's doing Sherlock Holmes 3 after Tough Guys, but if he goes back and forth, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's probably not going to be ready for another year and a half.
good. Yeah.
What
Hey,
time is that?
if that one comes out, let's do a special on it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think that might be all I have.
Was there a commentary or no?
No, but there was a making of. I got some trivia.
Oh,
Yeah, there was like an hour-long documentary I started watching.
It wasn't an hour.
You can find it on YouTube. It was 58 minutes, Danny.
Oh, that's not what was on the DVD.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So
excuse me.
you watched some of it, so you might have more stuff than I have. The
I
one I
don't-
watched
okay.
was mostly about the special effects and the cinematography, which was kind of cool.
Okay. Now, this one was more about just the cast members talking about the experience of the film. You can find it on YouTube, and I started watching it, but that was like 30 minutes ago.
Was it not
So I didn't get to watch.
Great.
No, it was good. It was good. I just didn't have time to watch all
30
of it.
minutes ago, which would be 18 minutes into this current episode?
Right.
30
So-
minutes multitasking.
For the podcast, Danny.
30 minutes. Yeah. Thank you, TC. Thank you.
You didn't
Mr.
specify.
TC. Yeah. I didn't, but TC knew what I was saying.
Yeah, right.
'Cause he's cooperative.
You see, Denny? You see? Oh, fuck you, Denny.
That's right.
If you were to guess if this movie was entirely storyboarded or not storyboarded at all, what would you guess?
Was.
Wasn't.
Was.
Okay.
Next item of trivia. Was that a guess, John, or did you know that?
I total guess.
They mentioned it in the documentary. One of the actors.
Cheater.
He knew it.
Early on.
Yeah, he has the
Cheated.
camera. He's looking at the cards. I had no fucking
That's
chance.
right,
I doubled down. I didn't know. I had no clue.
This movie was had a very small budget, and the cinematographer, almost the entire movie, had one light to use as the light for the shot,
Wow.
which is that's the
Wow.
smallest amount of light you could have in a movie. One light. That's it.
Right.
Jeez,
There are no
yeah.
lights.
Yeah.
It's dark. We're seeing it's nighttime again.
And that, I mean, it adds to the feel of the movie, but there were a couple scenes where they used fast cameras, like the cameras that shoot like 300 frames a second as opposed to like 25 frames a
wow.
second.
Yeah.
And because of that, like the scene, they talked about the scene where she had the machine gun. So they had this very fancy camera where what it does is it takes a little while to like warm up. It's like, and you have to like get to speed. And once it's at speed, then you're like action. And then you do the whole thing. And then it takes the entire shot like in super duper slow motion. But what happens with that is that it's actual film and not digital. So like the amount of photons each frame can absorb while it's going through the lens is pretty much related to that, the fraction of how fast it's going. So like if it's, say it's 30 frames a second they do normally, and you go to 300 frames a second, it's getting like 90% less photons. So it's 90% darker on the camera. You know what I mean? Like on the
Boom.
film.
Yep.
So that shot they kind of fucked it up when they got back to the, the dailies or whatever and looked at the film. They're like, well, and they borrowed that gun. This movie has such a low budget. They couldn't reshoot that shot because that gun is like real and they had to rent it or I don't know, borrow it or something. I don't know. They probably had a permit to shoot it or something like that, but they couldn't redo it. So what they did is they took digitally the background from when they hadn't spit up the camera fully yet, when the camera was static. So like they actually had the background and like a picture of some of the girls' clothes and things like that in bright color. And they took that and they frame by frame digitally imposed the higher color and light shots onto the darker shots.
Huh.
Does that make sense?
Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that was what they spent, like the film special effects guys spent most of the time on that one shot for the entire
wow.
movie.
Damn.
Just doing it like frame by frame.
I think they had like, at least
Back
talking
then,
to the
man.
guys, like their budget like kept getting cut back.
Yeah.
Like they kept like being like, all right. And in fact, they had like
Family members were
actors that-
funding it.
Right. And they
Oh,
initially had
man.
some actors that were more well known and would have gotten paid more, but they just things were going too slowly and they also were like reducing their budget. And that's why they also ended up with a lot of actors who they were their first time.
Yeah. And Guy Ritchie, when he wrote he wrote in the script, the character of Big Chris was described as looking like the English footballer Vinnie Jones.
Oh, what's he
And
look like? I
Vinnie
gotta get him
Jones
up.
is the guy who plays Big Chris.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's
Oh,
Vinnie
so he
Jones'
was like
first
the
movie.
one that they were supposed to go to, and then
Right.
he actually.
Yeah, and he's never
That's
acted
great.
before. He was a pretty famous English soccer player. I'll say soccer because we're not in England. But yeah, he went straight
Oh.
from being a soccer player to this movie. And now he has I'm not sure how good his career is these days, but he had a huge career for like 10 years after this movie.
I mean, yeah, it looks like it. Holy shit, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And apparently the first day on set was his first day out of prison.
Well, even better for this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a tough guy. Like he was famous
That
in
fucking
soccer.
scene where he's kicking the fucking guy's head and slamming
Oh,
the door.
yeah.
Oh my, it's scary as hell.
Apparently, so he was doing that with a block of wood, and the director told him like, "Hey, scare the cameraman." And so apparently he scared the shit out of everybody on set while he was doing this.
Dude,
and it
he
was really
scared me
quiet.
watching
He
it.
was
Yeah, watching it, I was like, "Fuck, dude!"
Like he
So
looks
after
like
he
an
did that-
angry monkey ripping another monkey's face off
right,
now.
primal as fuck.
Yeah.
Like seriously, just like going at it, just lost it, snapped, killing someone, no
Yeah.
problem. I remember sitting there watching and be like, just instead of watching the movie, like being like, "Wow," I was just like, imagine being that fucking psycho where you could just set someone's head that you were pissed at and just slam that doors. Like, 'cause I can't imagine myself ever having the balls to be like, are you okay? Oh shit, I'm so sorry, man. Oh my bad, dude.
Oh, you're
my
bleeding.
bad.
Oh, God,
shit,
I'll
you're
call an
bleeding.
ambulance.
Okay, hey, I need help. Yeah, no, I did this, but I need help. And he's got like a cut.
Yeah.
You know? Jesus, this guy's beating the shit. I mean, I can't even imagine what the head would look like if it was a real person. It'd be demolished.
He was known for grabbing some guy's nuts on the soccer field, like really hard.
Oh,
That's great.
God.
So
He's a
he's a
beast.
tough guy.
He's a beast.
Yeah. Scary dude. I mean, he looks like he's been in fights, and he looks like
Right.
he's won every single one of them.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
So they do a thing that is now super easy, but back in the 90s when they still had film, like they did some of the editing on computers, but they didn't do all of it on computers. Like they did the actual editing still on film. They like would take the film, put it into computers, do the edits, put it back into film, and then they would cut the film. There was a thing called like, so like, you know, the first scene of the movie where they come down the stairs and he throws a suitcase and there's like a shit ton of stuff that comes out and it cuts from like regular speed to slow motion back to regular speed, kind of back and forth.
Oh, right. After the street scene. Yeah. And he throws the suitcase in the air.
Down the stairs, yeah. And it cuts
Yeah,
from
yeah.
like regular motion to slow motion and back and forth.
Yep.
Nowadays, you'd probably just like highlight a section and be like slow-mo, highlight a section regular speed. They shot that entire thing with a slow motion camera, and then they had to go in and cut out like 10 frames and then leave one
to
frame in.
speed
Cut
it
out
up?
10 frames and leave one frame
Oh,
in. Cut out 10
Jesus.
frames for the
Holy
length of
shit.
the slow motion part, and then the length of the regular motion part, and then for the other part where you want it to be slow motion, you leave all the film in.
Damn. I mean,
That's what
so
they
much
did.
like math involved, but to
Yeah.
just get before you even do the shot,
You
right?
have to be like, how long? You have to think about like how long do you want the regular motion?
how many
to go?
frames do we have to shoot, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
And you don't know what it looks like. You have to imagine it in your head. Because I mean, I'm sure you make like, I mean, it depends on how much time and money you have. That's got to be time consuming. Like, how many different versions of that can you pay people to make?
Right. You have just like copies of the film and you just try it. And if it
Probably,
sucks,
right?
you
And then
go
you're like, that's
again,
good.
yeah.
Do that with like the real thing or something.
The real thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, or yeah, something. I mean, you figure that's
But that's got to
I
take
would
like
hope,
days to
but I
do.
don't-
and you
again.
gotta
I
pay
don't know.
somebody.
Like, and sometimes I don't know. With these kind of guys, they might not. They might just do it, and then they only have the one or two chances.
Yeah.
Who knows? I
Yeah.
don't know. That sounds
There's
scary.
no budget. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds scary as fuck.
But it looked really cool.
Cutting out film.
Yep.
They one of the guys working on the movie had worked on other, I don't know if big budget, but movies with a budget, like actual movies. And there was the scene where they hit with a scary fat criminal guy that's like the next door neighbor of Eddie.
Oh, dog? Is that
Dog, yeah. When he gets hit by a car, when they were about to shoot it, one of the guys, like the producer who was on set or whatever he was doing, this guy that was just on set was waiting for all this like choreography and whatever else, like getting people safe. And all they did was they had a stunt guy and they hit him with a car. It took 3 minutes and they did it in one take, and that was that.
Wow.
So that's the kind of movie it was, where it's just like, all right, you're gonna get hit by a car. Bang. All right, good.
All
Next
right.
next
All right,
shot.
done.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You okay?
That looks great.
No? All right, go to the
Yeah.
hospital. We'll see ya.
Moving
We're
on.
done with you.
Right.
Yeah, Tom Cruise was screened this movie, and he was with a bunch of producers, and he told the producers they'd be stupid if they didn't buy it.
Well, like initially though, too, it had a lot to do with him. I can't remember how it was described. Like he just his presence there, like brought people in, and then him standing up and saying, "This is awesome," just like completely changed everybody's opinion in the room, basically.
Yeah.
To be like where they started like really bidding on the thing. And yeah, it made a ton of money for how cheaply it was produced.
Yeah. Did pretty well in the States, too.
Did it. Wow. I mean, Tom Cruise is no dummy with the film. He's just crazy, but he's no dummy.
So Vinnie Jones was like an ex-soccer player. Jason Statham. I'm going to show you guys a video. This is going to be the highlight of your day, I swear to God.
Are you sure?
You get ready for this?
What
Google
is it?
The Shaman Coming On.
The Shaman coming on.
It is a music video, and you're going to
Okay.
watch it right now.
Okay. See here.
So
All
I'll
right,
edit this
here we
down
go.
for people, but you will
Oh my God. What is this shit?
Oh boy.
tell me when you see it. Wait for it.
Oh, this is so bad.
Wait for it.
Oh, what is
Oh, this is a long intro, but it's totally worth it. I swear to God, it's totally worth it.
Okay.
Ecstasy was a hell of a
Hey.
drug in the 90s, huh?
I guess
Yeah.
so.
Oh, is that him?
That's
is
him.
that Statham doing a bikini dance
Yeah.
up there?
No way.
That's
Is
Statham.
it?
That's Statham.
He's in this video?
Yeah, he's the greased up dude in the leather fucking underwear or whatever the hell.
Why?
Why? This is the first thing. If you look up his IMDb, it has a close up of his face later on in the video.
This is all he did?
He had
This
two
is like
music
the first
videos,
thing he did?
and he was also pretty much naked in the other music video.
How pathetic are these like TV graphics too? Oh my God.
Thanks, Denny.
Go to like a minute and
How
49
did they watch
seconds.
this and
Go to a
say,
minute and
yeah.
49.
All right, coming up. Oh my God. He's multiplied. Oh,
Isn't that
Jesus.
awesome?
Oh, man.
So he was a model / music
Wow.
video star / he also sold stuff on the side of the street, which is how Guy Ritchie knew him.
Damn. So he's perfect for that role.
Yeah. And also the other guy, Lenny McLean, who is the King Hippo guy, was a famous bare knuckle boxer before this movie, or before he was an actor.
Oof, that's a rough gig, huh?
Oh, yeah. Damn.
He kind of looked like he could take a
Jeez.
couple punches to the head.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, John, you mentioned that he died shortly after, right?
Yeah, he's
He
like
was-
had
he was
cancer,
sick.
right?
Yeah, he was sick this entire
Oh.
shoot, and he thought he had the flu. And as soon as
Oh,
the shoot was
no.
done, he went to, so like his voice is raspy. He's also in The Fifth Element, this guy, and he's not as fat and his voice isn't raspy. And he went to the doctor and like they misdiagnosed him with something, but then he went to get real diagnosis and he had lung cancer that went to his brain. So
Oh,
he died like
Jesus.
less than a month after he got diagnosed with that.
And which one was this?
This was the fat guy who he ends up getting shot by he's the guy who throws the hatchet into the guy's back. He's the fat guy on the couch. And
right.
what's his name?
Right.
Yeah. So that guy. So that sucks. He never got to see this movie get released. He died before it got released.
Oh.
And the last piece of trivia I have is the scene where Eddie forgets the guns when they're trying to go to the robbery. He's like, dude, did you forget the guns? And he's like, oh, whoops.
Oh, whoops.
It's because
Yeah.
the guy responsible for the props forgot to bring the guns to the set that day.
Ha! So they're making fun of him too.
Yep.
The guy. That's great.
And they couldn't like, all right, we'll do this tomorrow. It's like, nope, we're doing this today.
No,
So-
we're doing it today. We have to write this in now because
Yep.
you're a prick.
Nice.
Yeah. Last time that guy worked as a prop.
Gotta
Fucking-
love that. I don't know. It worked out pretty good. They're probably all friends
No,
anyway.
that's true. Yeah. Well, you never know.
Yeah. That's all I got in terms of trivia. You guys got anything else?
No, not
No,
really. That was
no.
good. Those were interesting little tidbits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a fun movie before the plunge.
Hmm.
Well, before we get to that, John, would you put this in the top 250?
Yeah.
TC, would you?
Yes.
Yes, and I would too. Again, I kind of wish we were watching Snatch back to back because it's kind of weird how
Yeah.
they're like the exact same movies, but I'm probably going to say yes to both
Well,
of them.
we can revisit it back before we get there, but yeah.
Yeah. Next week, we are watching the last Ingmar Bergman movie on this list.
All right.
It is his most famous, The Seventh Seal, 1957. The synopsis is a man seeks answers about life, death, and the existence of God as he plays chess against the Grim Reaper during the Black Plague.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I'll try my best.
Try
Yeah.
your best.
Sounds like a good setup.
This is the one he did immediately after Wild Strawberries. And it's the one that turned him into a. We'll talk about it next week.
Okay. Yeah, leave us hanging. Why not? That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Rate
Yeah.
and subscribe.
rate and
Do the whole
subscribe.
thing.
Yep.
On
Tell
your favorite
friends.
podcast tab. Tell your friends and coworkers. Don't tell your coworkers. Just tell your friends. If
Yeah.
they're your friends,
If you know
coworkers-
anyone at Lagunitas, Firestone, Surly,
Stone.
or Stone, let us know because we like their beer.
or if you
And
live near a liquor store,
know,
you could send us
if-
alcohol through the
you
mail.
could do that too.
That would be appreciated
I don't
as well.
mind. I'm just a little thirsty.
But yeah,
All right.
Twitter, Facebook,
Yeah.
podcast app. You guys know where to find us and all that stuff. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you guys next week.
Thank you. See
Yeah,
you guys next
buddy.
week.
Later.
Later.
Thank you.